and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. A first down for the offense. The give to the tailback. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. I get it that the game is the primary thing about going to a bowl, but there's so many festivities surrounding it. Jesse, what do you remember about something you experienced?
There was a lot of pageantry when I think back to the bowl games I've played in, and you have functions, you get to visit a brand new city, generally in warm weather, you get to meet the other team. There's some friendly competition. The biggest thing that stands out to me, though, was a street brawl against the Miami Hurricanes. Bourbon Street getting ready for the Sugar Bowl, about 120 deep. Hard to forget that.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Running to the left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. The corners are walked up tight. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Blasted as he lets it go. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And the Longhorns have their offense in high gear. The DBs will back off a bit. He leaves it with his back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on 1st down.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. Got a man. It's Maldonado. Across the 25, he's got room. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Texas! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start to that QB.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finish the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. defense set on first down. They'll give it to the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Well, guys, bowl season is here. Always fun to get these non-traditional matchups that you don't see regularly. What do you guys remember about playing in a bowl?
I think you remember all the moments throughout the season, throughout your career, and it's the last time that you ever get these group of individuals together. You say goodbye to so many people, and it's kind of bittersweet, but always fun, Jesse, to dance with your boys one last time. But another thing, too, I love the swag bags, personally. I love getting the gifts.
Yeah, I mean, to me, David, really, it was thinking about the tradition and history of these bowl games. I think that's one of the best things about college football. We're in an era today where bowl games don't matter as much as they did back when you and I played, but it was special to take the field with your guys one more time, but playing in games that had so much history.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The give to the back. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building, is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up. You get the extra practices mentally, and from a confidence standpoint, you turn the page. I can remember back to my true freshman year, we were getting ready to play Penn State. We had a lot of NFL talent in my freshman class, and everybody just seemed to grow a foot taller. They were playing with a different intensity level that really paid off for us the next year.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. They'll put the tight end in motion. Off play action. Trying to get to it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Wow, that's a really nice catch, especially considering it comes from a running back. Quarterback's got to do a better job being more accurate with that. You got to know he's not a receiver, right? It's not as natural for him. They don't make awkward body catches as gracefully as some of these other guys, and it's sometimes harder for them to stay on his feet. Let him work. Get him the ball in the chest. Nice job bailing out his QB, but the QB's got to return the favor.
Keeps looking downfield. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Quickly complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
We all want to push the ball down the field, down the field, down the field, but when you can dump it off to your running back and still make 10-plus yards, man, it makes you look like a really good play call.
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. A designed run for the quarterback. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense had the perfect play call on there. Offense trying to go toss into the boundary, but the defense dialed up the corner blitz. Perfect play for the perfect moment. They get the tackle for loss.
Now this defense could really use a stop on third down as the offense has had its way. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
I'll tell you what, dude, in today's football, I'm not starting a team without a guy that can do that at the quarterback spot. You see it. He hits the gas, pulls it down quickly, and just goes. Whether he's reading something, whether he's throwing, he is always a threat to run the football. He completely changes the way.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And that's hard to swallow. You're in scoring position. You got set up perfectly inside the 5. Everything looking good. You can't fumble the football. You got to take care of it. Man, what a missed opportunity for this offense.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
On second down, looking to throw. Got his man in the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Man, it's so important to play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. Third and short from inside the 20. Wide receiver coming across in motion. It'll be a run on third and short. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Now the pitch. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now, what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running back goes in motion. Powers through the defender. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Running backs square their shoulders up. That's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And the pass hits, picked off. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, good. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. To the air on first down. He'll pull it down and run. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. On the move to his left. It's complete. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab. It's Cherry. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Just trucks through it. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around, and there was just a lot of open grain, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Powers through. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. It is good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. One more play before the teams head to the locker room. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it away to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit's still manageable if they want to wrap up this season with a bowl win.
This is a team I know that takes a lot of pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room, David, there was some shouting going on. They need to get themselves motivated and ready to go because they're not out of this game.
Yeah, and when you get that shouting and you get the quarreling amongst each other, you get some motivation. You need something good to happen early. This first possession, get the football, go make something happen, create some momentum.
On the option. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the chains for this offense. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. They'll try the run. Keeps the legs moving. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
They'll go right back to the run. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on third down for this offense. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
You got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Comes out throwing on first down. Complete to the left. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, they come up with a huge play. They're going to be down in the red zone now, and I think, David, the mentality changes a little bit for a defense, right, playing at this position of the field?
Yeah, the field shrinks. Now it becomes a little bit easier to play more man coverage, you know, down in that red area, but giving up the big pass play, it's a backbreaker. You want to make them earn it down the field, not give up these big plays, but the QB saw it right away, and really good job of executing and making the big play.
And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. Looking to throw it again. It's complete to the right. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many.
Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. So So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit, David.
And I guess that's the upside for this offense. Their defense has been so good, but man, oh man, they've got to find something, Jesse, that they can hang their hat on, something they can do to move the football.
It just feels like at this point, they kick one more field goal and this is ball game because of how well their defense is playing. So I think offensively, just don't do anything stupid.
He's off to the races. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run.
You want to know why this offense runs the football a lot? Because you got a guy that's top 5 in college football rushing. You give him the football, and he'll continue to make plays. I imagine they're going to keep feeding him because he keeps putting up productive numbers.
Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. He's looking to throw it. Dances away from the heat. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Trying the left side. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Wide out in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man quickly. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And that was good defense again. And unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And he's got it! Touchdown, Longhorn!
And that kind of toughness is something you can't coach in quarterbacks. You either have it or you don't. Being able to deliver strikes like that for touchdowns when you know you are going to get absolutely popped, man, it is hard to find QBs like that. This offense has one.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, Dave.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
They'll throw it on first down. They're bringing heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Looking deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job.
Oh, he wants it all. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
On the move. Open space at the 25. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
One of the things I love about these misdirection type plays is that you can pull offensive linemen and get extra bodies at the point of attack. So you're setting yourself up with good angles if you execute it properly, David, and you saw it right there.
And saying the word angles means a lot because that's exactly what you do. Now I can block down and I can leave somebody unblocked.
Touchdown, Texas! And the beatdown has ensued.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end. But all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. The kickoff unit about to go to work. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Unloads it downfield. Holds it in on the left. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Fires into the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the fourth quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Penn State. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
He's looking to throw. He's got it, so they convert the two and keep just a flicker of hope alive down 2 possessions. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Trying to fight their way back into this thing, down 16 and about to kick off. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. And I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving on it.
Offense getting set for first down. Looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
Let's go. Talk about having one foot in the grave. This was almost over. They're up by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter, and they got the football. Thank goodness they're choosing to throw the football, not run the clock. Man, we needed that pick. Now it's the offense's turn to go out and make something happen.
Feeling some heat. Slips a tackle. He wants to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
Now the play fake. Gets it out quickly. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Quarterback checking off. They'll throw it on first down. Gonna let it fly. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
Yeah, and a nice job by this defense. This is a critical moment, right? We got to get the football back. They're backed up, thank goodness. Force a punt here, get the football back so we can make some magic here in this fourth quarter.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Big third down play here. If they get a stop, you'll see an immediate timeout. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Good timing on the quick out. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
He wants to throw. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Great job by the DB covering deep. Listen, you always say deep to shallow, deep to shallow. Don't give up the big play. Great job by the DBs, seeing the football, going and breaking on it, and make sure the wide receiver doesn't make a big play.
2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw. Steps away. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Wide open, he makes the catch. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
I tell you, I love the mentality by this offense right now. They've got a pretty big lead. They're still being aggressive, taking shots, and they're finding the matchups they like. And man, they're taking advantage right now.
And the Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. Unloads it left. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed.
And you know what? You kind of deserve that. Late in the game where you could run the clock out, still throwing the football all over the yard. Now this game, it's a long shot. You gave him a little bit of hope.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. I don't think the pressure's going to get to these guys. This is when it's fun. Late in the game, down one score, gotta have it right now. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah.
Unleashes one deep. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This is frustrated. You know, you're an offense. You're in a great position. You're up by 2 scores. All you do is take care of the football. Premium, taking care of the football. We're trying to run some clock. We're trying to get out of here with a W. Turning the football over is the worst thing you can possibly do.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Looking to go up top on first down. He's going up top here late in the game. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
The number 1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Motion from the offense. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Line getting set on second down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! And the route is on.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Getting set for the point after. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Off the play fake on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. And now on second down for this offense. Trying play action. And the sack all the way back at the 5. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. One more play to pad the stats. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they got him for a safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
Fair catch, called for and made. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them with an absolutely dominating performance.
got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.